Hello friends, welcome to the TechWithSoft. So today the topic that we are going to cover that is how to take input from the users. That is the first topic, and second topic we have that is operator. Okay. So first we will look how to take input from the users, or what is the meaning of it. Okay, what does it means actually that we are going to understand. Okay. So in the last session we have seen like kind of writing a small program, right, and we have covered variables, operators as well, right. So today we will look how we can give a value on these variables. Okay, that can be user defined or that can be predefined as well, right. So what are the meaning of that? So let me open my IntelliJ. Okay, so I will tell you here. Suppose I'm creating one variable, okay, like int of x, okay, and I'm giving inside the value of it, right. Now you have to understand that this x variable is a variable which will store the value. What could be the value of it? So right now I'm putting here x equal to 10. What does it mean? That means I'm saying that x will remain 10. That means if I will display x here, right, it should display me the 10. So instead of hello world I'm putting here x, right. So what does it happen? It will display me the 10. But if you want to change the value of x, that time you have to change the program. Like for example, I want to display here 20, right? Then what I will do and I will change here in place of 10 like 20. Later on, suppose I want to display 100. What I will do, I will go and change here like x equal to 100, which is not a right way. Sometime it could be, but not always. Okay. So sometime we have to give a predefined. So this is called a predefined values, where we are defining the value under the program itself. And second way, we have to define the value that will give by the user itself, right. So here that 100, 200, 500, whatever you want to give, right, that will not depend on the program, that will depend on the user. So whatever user will give, that will store under this particular x only. So for that we will use a one predefined class of Java. I will let you know later on, but right now there is we are going to cover some topic, right, where it will require it, will need it. So you have to understand that right now. Okay, so we have to use one class which is called scanner class. Okay, so I will write here scanner, that could be reference equal to, right now you just have to understand that. Okay, just you have to look on it, that's it. No need to worry about how does it work and what is the meaning of it. I will let you know that in detail. Okay, system.in. So this is a one class which will help you to take input from the user, and you can see that that is import automatically here. So import is means what? That means here every class is present under the some packages, right? This present under the package. So it is saying that there is a package called java.util. Inside that only this class is residing. Okay, so this class has come, and then here what I will do, this having a many methods. I'm not going to cover all the methods right now. Okay, that will take some time. Right now I'm just going to cover some integers value, how to take integer value only, right. So for that, suppose I'm creating int of y, and then here y, what I will do, I will write here sc dot, it is having a method like next int. So what will happen here, this will take input from the user, and here let me give one confirmation as well. So let me write here system.out .println, and I will put here like enter the number. Okay, enter the number. So here it is a kind of message, and let me display the y here instead of x, right. Now let me run this first. If I will run this, right, it will ask you to enter the numbers, right. Let's say I'm giving here 100, right. After giving the 100, I'm giving enter. So when I will give the enter, I will give here 100. That means this line, what it is doing, it is taking input from the user, which is 100, and storing under the y. So y value right now is what? 100 only. If I will rerun it, let's see, and here suppose I give like 50, and if I enter it, I will give here like 50. So this time you can understand the difference between x and y. Here I'm putting x equal to hard coded value like 100, 200, but here I'm putting sc.nextInt. The meaning of that sc.nextInt means it is taking value from the user and will put into a y. But one thing you have to remember, that the value which it will take, that could be an integer type only, right? Not like character or something. It cannot store any kind of characters. Like for example, if I will give any characters here, right? Let's say a, it will give me some kind of exception, right? Input mismatch exception. I will tell you later on what is exception, why it is giving. Right now you have to understand that int, I have already covered, right? That will store only the numbers, right? So int is only responsible for to store the numbers, and it will take the input from the user and the same will store into this y variable. But here it is not storing, I mean it is storing into the x variable, but if you want to change the value of the x, that time you have to do the changes in this in this digit only. If you want to display here 50, let me display that x as well here, right? System.out.println, and I'm putting here like x. Okay, so if I will run it, right, first it will ask the value of, let's say I'm giving 12. So this 12 is coming here, right? So 12 is storing under the y, and x is displaying again 100 only, right? Now let me rerun it. Let's say I'm giving here 78, right? So 78 coming under the y, so here it is giving me y, but x value is not changing. I don't have any option to change the value of x, right? Because this is called predefined value. This is called predefined value, right? Or this is called hard-coded value as well, right? Sometimes we do care it's hard-coded value. Hard-coded value, right? Where this one is what? This one is a user-defined value. So if you want to take input from the user, right? We have some other way as well, but right now we are going to cover scanner class only. So if someone will ask you how to take input from the user in Java, right? So you can blindly answer that scanner class we have used for that, which is used to take input from the user. How does it work completely? That I will cover later on, because I did not cover object-oriented programming, right? So you will not understand clearly what is a class and what is a reference, what is object and all. So right now you have to simply understand that it is a predefined class which will help you to take input from the user, right? And I will put this code over the GitHub as well, so later on whenever you think, you can practice as well. Okay, so now that is a class that will take input from the user. So that part we have covered, how to take input from the user, right? Next things that we have to cover called operator. So what are the operators that we have to look on it? So we have a lot of operator, right? But we are not going to cover on all. We are looking only those operator which is required in our day-to-day activity in programming, right? So what are these operator? Now let's open that. Okay, so we are having this type of operator. Like first one is the arithmetic operator, right? Arithmetic operator was perform the basic mathematical calculation, right? Plus, addition, minus, subtraction. In star is multiplication. Y for, this forward slash for division. This is for modulo division. This is one of the important operator which many people having a confusion on it, right? You have to understand that that will always return the reminders only. So modulo, modulus, modules operator, it return the reminder only, reminder of the division, right? So this is one of the important operator here, and division also here sometimes people do confuse on it. So let's understand all 5 operators step by step. So first operator we are going to cover called arithmetic operators. How does they perform the operation? Let me open the IntelliJ now. So here I have a like scanner I took, like instead of giving this hard coded value here, right? Let me give some y here, like some user defined value. Okay, so what I will do here, I will go and create the scanner class here, right? And I'm creating 2 variable. Let me create 2 variable here. Okay, int of x comma y, right? And here I'm going to write a scanner as equal to new scanner system.println. Okay, enter the numbers. So here we are taking the value, right? So let me take both values from user defined. So I'm writing it int x equal to sc.next int. Okay, So here I will take two input from the users, int x comma, okay, we have already defined it, right? See, it is giving me error. It is saying that int x comma we have already taken, then why you're putting here int? That means it is understanding that we are redefining it. So that means we have to remove this int here. So that should be x and that should be y. That's it. Okay. So if you took one int anytime, right, that time you can't take this in multiple places. If you want to take it, it will be error, right? So we have already declared it, right? And then here we have taken the input from the user. So this time it will ask enter the number, right? So it will ask give me two numbers. Then we have to calculate some result, right? So let me make one more variable here like int of result. Int of say like result. Result doesn't have any value right now, right? So what I will do here, I will put here result and I will write suppose x plus y, right? So what could be x plus y? That could be the addition only, right? So I'm giving the simple here kind of result only, that's it, simple variable I'm displaying, right? So the simple program here is that you have to write a program, right? So what could be that program for them? I mean kind of if someone will ask you, right, write a program, WAP, write a program to take input from the user, and display sum of two numbers, kind of that. Okay, so I have two numbers right now, right, and I have to display sum of them two numbers. So what could be that output for that? So let me rerun for it. So first it is asking enter the number. Let me, I'm giving here 12 and say like 34. So 12 will go and store under the x only, and 34 will go and store into the y, because we have a two number, right? So whatever we have given the first, that will store to the first number, and whatever we have given the second, that will store into the second number. And I will give enter here, you can see that output will be the 46. So that is doing that this line only, x plus y. X plus y is addition of these two numbers. So 12 plus 24 will be 46 only, right? If I will give a minus here, suppose x minus y, then what happen? It will perform the subtraction of the two numbers. So let me give here like 34 and 12. So it will give me 22. Simple minus, right? Multiply. What it will do? It will do multiplication of two numbers. So let's say if I am giving here like suppose 32 and 12. So it will say 32 multiply 12, that means 384. That could be the multiplication result here, right? Next will be like division. I'm going fast because these are the basic mathematical operation, right, that we do perform in day-to-day activity as well, right? So you have to just understand that how this operator works. So depending on the scenario we can use them, right? So here it is doing the division, right? Division is one of the important that you can understand here. So let's say if I'm giving here 13 and I'm giving here suppose like 10, what could be the result here? So here I'm saying 13 will go under the x and 10 is going under the y. So 13 divided by 10. So how many times it will be divisible completely? So it will be divisible by once only. If you will divide by 2 times, that time it could be 20. So if it is divisible of 1 time only, right? So the result will be 1 here, right? So result will be 1 here this time. If I will give enter, that time I will get the 1 only. The reason is that answer should be 1.3, but I am not getting 1.3. The reason is that result we are taking, right, that is a type of int only. If I will take it like suppose double type, double, right, then what will happen? If it is a double type and if I will rerun it, right, if I will give again the same number 13 and 10, right, and what does it give me? 1.0. So here also we are getting 1.0 only because reminder will not be, I mean reminder will not be calculated here, right? So it will be 1.0 only, but that time we were not getting the floating value, but here we are getting the floating value, right? So that way we can display here. So we have a double, right, double result, and it will display the result of it. But suppose if you are going to use your float, right, that time what will happen? If you will go and declare the float here, right? So float is also part of double only, right? It is a 4 byte, and I have covered that in the data type sections, right? Primitive data type sections. So you can look on it, the difference of float and double, something like that. So that will also do the same. So here I will give like two numbers, like 13 and 10, and it will give me like 1.0 only. right? So these are the different type of operations that we have covered. Now one of the important operation which is called modules, right? That is a mod, which is called modular division, right? What does it do here? It does calculate the remainders. So let's me, if I will give the number here, say like 13, 10, that time what happened? 13 will be x and 10 will be the y. 13 mod 10. So 13 mod 10, how many times it will be divisible? That will be divisible by one time only, right? After that, it will give a 3 extra. So that means 3 will be the remainder. So here it will display the 3 only to me, right? So that way we can understand, if I will give enter, then it will give me 3.0 something like that, right? Here floating point is not required because remainder cannot come and float at any time, right? That will in primitive only. So we can remove this float and we can make it int like that. If you want to take result in the floating point, you can make it float or double. If you want to make it like not float, right, or not point value, we can make it int here. So these are the some of the arithmetic operator like plus, minus, divide, multiply and modulo divide. That is one of the most important operator, guys. Modulus, which play a lot of roles that we will cover. Okay, so mod and divide, I mean every operator is important only, right? But in terms of understanding perspective, I am saying that many people do have a confusion on it. They do think it calculate like kind of percentage or some other things, but it is only used for remainder purpose, right? That is the one kind of operator. So this all are the arithmetic operator. Now let's come to the create a new class that could be for suppose a unary operator. Okay, so let me give a name is unary operator, right? That's it. So here let me make a one main method. So I will come and I will write here public static void main, and then I will put here string square bracket args. Void having a wrong name, so let me write completely here void. Okay, now let's write here two operator, int of x equal to 10, okay, and int of y equal to 20. So here we are not taking input from the user, we are just hard coding it. Okay, the reason is that here we have, I mean we can take input from the user as well, right? But unary operator is only used to perform some kind of operation. So what type of unary operator we have? So unary operator we have like two type, you can say like increment, right, and increment and decrement. That could be two, increment and decrement, but increment again is two type, right? One is a pre and second one is a post, pre and post, right? Same like decrement also is like two, pre and post. Okay, so what is the difference between pre and post? That is one of the important thing that we have to understand, right? Okay, whenever you work with unary operator, you may get some kind of when you will face interview or when you will give some kind of coding exercise with any of them, right, and you will get some MCQ questions, right? On that you may get some unary operator kind of examples. So you have to understand that clearly. That is one of the important kind of operator. Pre-post, increment and decrement. So we are going to cover that in this next session only after that. So in this session we have covered arithmetic operator with this kernel class. Yeah, thanks for watching and we'll meet in next session. If you like the video, please subscribe it.